Hello everyone, my name is Priscille. I am the CTO at STOKR and the person in charge of the product and tech within the company. I've been in charge of building this asset tokenization platform for over 4 years now. STOKR has tokenized till date over $1.8 billion worth of assets, and I'm gonna show you how this platform was used to tokenize these assets. We have 4 different dashboards. One for the investors, how he can register, create an account, subscribe, redeem, manage his investments. One for the issuer, one for STOKR internal compliance team, so that everyone who registered through the platform is manually approved, reviewed, and approved by STOKR internal compliance team. And last one for the tech management of this asset tokenization. For the purpose of this demo, I will show you the investor and the issuer dashboards and focus on the subscription. So I am an investor and I want to subscribe into a fund. I go to STOKR platform, where I can see all the different fund opportunity that exist on the platform. For each of them, I can have more details if I am interested. I go to a page, and if needed for a specific fund, I can have a page like this one that makes sure that I meet the required criteria before I can see all the details of this fund. In this case, for instance, only a professional investor from certain countries is allowed to see the page. Now, let me go to one page with a fund. So each fund has a dedicated page on STOKR platform with all information that needs to be provided to the investor. This page, on this page, investors can see the investment summary, any updates with some updated fact sheet, all the KPIs, all the documents, all the performance information and KPIs that need to be provided to him. This page is customized, and it is a page that we build together, are part of the onboarding, so that it reflects everything that needs to be provided to the investors for your fund. Now I will show you how an existing investor logs in and express interest into your fund. So I am an existing investor. I already created an account on STOKR. So this investor already created an account on STOKR and went through the onboarding on STOKR. So he has access to his dashboard. On his dashboard, he can see many different information. He can see the total investment that he or she subscribed to, has the detail of the investment that were made. The investors can also have more details with specific subscription to any document. For instance, the subscription agreement is automatically attached to subscription through his dashboard. The investor can also ask for a redemption into the fund and have access to all the legal documents that should be provided to him, whether related to a specific investment, the subscription agreement, for instance, or any document the investor should have, prospectus, fact sheet, whichever they can be. So this investor already has an account on STOKR. The investor went through different steps to create this account, to register on STOKR. To register his account, he or she already provided the country of residence, went through the KYC, provided the wallet to which the fund units are issued to, and tax ID for reporting purposes, such as the CRS reporting, for instance. All these steps have been already provided by the investor and verified by STOKR compliance team that have gone through all this information, performed some tests, and already approved this investor through the compliance dashboard. Now, this investor is still not allowed to subscribe into the fund. Whitelisting happens in two phases. First, STOKR compliance team accepts the investor, and then the issuer accepts the investor based on the investor qualification criteria. So on this page, you can see the investor can already subscribe in certain fund and not in another one. The eligibility criteria differ from one issuer to the other. You can customize your requirements as a fund manager. When the fund is onboarded, it is onboarded only once, and these whitelisted criteria are set. And we will work with you to set these criteria so that it is clear to the projected investor. So in this case, the investor already registered on STOKR and already got the approval from STOKR compliance team. The only thing that remains is the approval from the issuer. In this case, the management company of the fund. So I'll show you how an investor can express his interest into the fund. He applies and expresses his interest directly from his dashboard, and then he cannot subscribe until the issuer has approved the investor. So I am now going to the dashboard of the issuer to show you how the issuer can approve this particular investor. So I log in as an issuer. The issuer has its own dashboard, and on the dashboard, the issuer is provided with all the data that the investor added while registering his account. So this is investor that we want together. So this investor expressed his interest into the fund. At this stage, he's not whitelisted, which means his wallet is not yet recognized by the blockchain as an allowed wallet. He cannot subscribe into the fund. This investor already registered and is already approved by STOKR compliance team. The only thing that remains is the approval by the issuer. The issuer has access to all the data the investor has provided, all the KYC data has provided while onboarding on STOKR platform. So the issuer admits the investor. Now the investor has the two phases of admission are good. The one from STOKR compliance team and the one from the issuer. The investor is now automatically whitelisted, which means that at the level of the blockchain, his wallet is now recognized as an allowed wallet to receive the fund units, and the investor can now subscribe into the fund. I am going back to the investor dashboard. I am an investor. I got the approval from STOKR compliance team and from the issuer. Now I can subscribe into the fund. So the investor starts to subscribe. Today, our investors subscribe through stable coins allowed in Europe and Bitcoin, but we also have the ability to turn on fiat investment for each product on our platform. The investor also enters on which wallet he wants to receive his digital securities. So he enters how much fund units he's buying and can see different disclaimer. So this page is fully customizable, and here you can see he cannot proceed before he has actively downloaded and read the subscription agreement and the prospectus of the fund. So all information that need to be provided to the investor are available here, and the investor must download them before he can proceed with the investment. So he now signs the subscription agreement and process through the payment. For the payment can be made with all kind of wallets, being coming from an exchange or from a self-custody wallet. For the demo, I will use a MetaMask wallet. So I connect my MetaMask wallet. Then to be compliant with the travel rule, I need to confirm I have the ownership over this wallet. So I confirm my ownership through a message signing on MetaMask, and then I am redirected to the payment. The payment will be confirmed once the investment amount enters STOKR wallet. We use Fireblocks infrastructure. STOKR compliance team also conducts transaction monitoring and risk scoring on each payment. So the investor has now signed his subscription agreement and paid for it. The payment is now confirmed. The investor can go back to the dashboard. On the dashboard, the investor now sees the investment that was made with the signature of the subscription agreement, the payment. As soon as the funds are received on STOKR wallet, it will be automatically notified. All the flow is traceable until the fund units are issued to the investor. Now I will show you how the issuer can schedule the issuance of the fund units. So I am going to the issuer dashboard and I will show you what the issuer sees on his side. So the issuer has his dashboard. Over there, the issuer can see all the subscriptions that are made to his funds. From a subscription where the subscription agreement was signed, one where the payment was made and confirmed, up until the issuance of the digital securities. Then the issuer can also see all the transactions that happen on the secondary market. He has access to a 24/7 updated investor register. The issuer can also see all the payouts events such as redemptions or yield dividend management that are followed and managed through his dashboard. He has access to the company wallet that can be used to follow the different accounts owned by the company used for these different payouts. The issuer can see all the whitelist register. This is the page used to review all the onboarding of the profiles and admit the investor, have the approval from the issuer for an investor to be whitelisted if he also have the approval from STOKR compliance team. Follow the nav and update the nav. Get some updates on the public page, for instance, updated fact sheet. Manage some comments if there are any comments available on the page. Manage the administrative rights, who has access to which account. We have also a role-based access model that can be managed. Have some analytics from his public page, and manage the settings of his accounts to reset the passwords, enable 2FA, this kind of information. So in our case, we have our investor who has subscribed to one fund, signed the subscription agreement, paid for it. This is the subscription that we made together. So now the issuer will schedule the issuance of the fund units. The issuance can be scheduled at any time, being today or later in the future, for instance, tomorrow. and the issuer has total control over the issuance date and the fund units that will be issued to the investor. So he schedules the issuance of the fund units. When the issuance date and time are met, the fund units are issued to the investor, and the investor then automatically enters the investor register. As soon as the fund units are issued to the investor is automatically notified by email and through his dashboard, and automatically enters the investor register that is updated 24/7. On this investor register, the issuer can see all transactions made by each investor, all their subscription, all their redemption, all their transfer in the secondary market. He or she has a list of all the investors with how many fund units were bought and the total of fund units in the fund. This investor register is available at 24/7, instantly and automatically updated and downloadable at any time in the past in PDF and in CSV. And that is the end of the subscription flow. Now there are also other flows that we could cover, such as how can an investor register on STOKR platform, the redemption flow, the yield or dividend management flow. All of them are also possible and manageable from the platform. If you have any question, anything, please feel free to reach out to STOKR. We'll be more than happy to answer all your questions. Thank you very much.